All right, here we are with the latest Optiplex that I've bought off of eBay to add to the collection. It's my first small form factor, but it's my favorite, the Optiplex 780. And as you can see, I've already done a couple things to it. It came with 8 gigabytes of RAM, a terabyte hard drive that sounds like it's getting ready to take a crap, and an E7500 that I already replaced with a Q9400. Basically, the first thing I did was, started to think about where I was going to put the hard drive. And the only logical place would be the floppy bay drive. And I'm going to be relocating this hard drive fan. I'm basically just going to cut it out and use this center piece, and it's going to be repositioned underneath the floppy bay drive. And it'll be sucking in air here and exhausting here to make sure my hard drives don't get too stuffy in that corner, because there's absolutely no circulation under there. And I'll be able to keep the hard drive fan plugged in so I don't get any errors on boot. It's just kind of mocked up right now. It's not even glued in or anything. So, oops. There are hard drives. They're just kind of, I mounted them on the floppy bay drive. A couple little nylon spacers, and I just tried to make it level. And so this is the space right here that I'll be relocating that fan into. I'm just gonna have to basically chop a little bit of this away, and this wall right here it can stick out a little bit into this area, and I'll mount it in there some way. There'll be enough room. There has to be. Well, the reason why I left it short right here is because I'm going to be putting a micro USB. I'm going to put this little micro SD card reader. It's going to be mounted down inside here, over here, down inside there. I'm going to cut a hole, and it's going to be poking right here. I need a little tiny SD card reader, and it's just going to be plugged in like that. I got to put some heat shrink on that, and this is just going to go to the header. And one thing I'm going to be doing is this is where the little labels go, the chip in the Windows operating system, and it's just ugly. There's like little indentation marks right here. Well, I'm going to be cutting this whole square out right here, make it nice and clean, and I'm going to be putting a little grate like this, like right here. That's just kind of like, so it'll kind of tie in the whole vent thing, and I'll get rid of these two things that are this space that kind of bugs me. This is where the hard drive lights are and stuff, so that can't do anything. But I'd like to make the whole entire front like a grill, but that'd be pretty tough. Bending it, hand bending it around the Dell logo and the power light and all that stuff, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I figured I needed to get a video in before I got too far in this project. I have a bad habit of finishing a project and then showing a video with no real step-by-step in between. But this time I'm going to try to do a little more documentation. And these little grills right here, I poached them off of that half 932 I got off Craigslist. Some of the these little deals for the front of the half, these little clips right here are snapped. See how one's missing right there, and both of them are missing on this side. And so they're just kind of sitting in there, and they're kind of loose. They wobble back and forth. And these things are only like $4 each on the Cooler Master website. This one's actually got like a defect in the screen. There's like some thicker portions right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But anyways, I wound up poaching the little screens out of these of the ones that are broken. I just pulled them out, and then yeah, I just kind of hand bent them to the shape that they needed to be. And with like a little screen like right here to get rid of that and kind of tie in the whole look. It's a work in progress. Should be done shortly.